Martin Zubimendi is now the number one transfer target for the defensive midfield position for Arsenal. And according to sources out in Spain, Arsenal are prepared to trigger that release clause, and he wants this move. Wharton is the latest player to be linked with the likes of Manchester City and Chelsea, and Olise's future could be decided later this month. If you're new to the channel, please do go down, hit that subscribe button. We're approaching 8,000 subscribers. We are 7 days away from the Euros. And as it stands right now, there is so much transfer talk to get through. We're going to be talking the England squad in the next coming days. So make sure you are subscribed. And if you haven't already, please do drop a like on the video. If we can get 400 likes, that'd be absolutely unreal. Now, Give Me Sports have come out with a report. Now, I think they have Ben Jacobs on there, who is a very, very reliable reporter. Sometimes plays down moves when they're, I think Terry said this on the Football Terrace, that when they're a little bit further along than they actually are. He's very reliable. He's not the sort of journalist that wants to have the here we goes or the exclusive bombers that David Ornstein brings out. But he is, Lancaster has put out a report saying, a few weeks ago, Arsenal were no longer pursuing Real Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi for playing reasons. And now it's come out today that Arsenal have thought to be in the market for Real Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi over the past few months. Mikel Arteta is not walking away from this deal. And as it stands, the Gunners want Martin Zubimendi. And according to reports in Spain, Zubimendi wants the Arsenal move. Now, I think he would be a statement signing for any team in the Premier League. I think in his position, he's one of the best in Europe right now. You know, a fantastic footballer who can play central midfield, who can play defensive midfield. And as it stands, Arsenal, according to Football London, have received a boost regarding Zubimendi as he wants the move. Now, looking at his numbers, looking at his profile, out and out best position is the DM, can play central midfield. 3 years left on his contract. Contract expires June 30th, 2027. I think right now, if he was to join Arsenal, you could potentially see the likes of Thomas Partey be leaving, and you have got an unbelievable replacement for him. You know, right now, availability is the best ability, in my opinion. Last season, he played 36 games in the league. The season before, 36 games in the league. The season just gone, 31 games. And 4 years ago, 31 games. In terms of his stats, they are very, very, very strong on the defensive side of things. He's top 19% for aerial duels won. He's top 23% for clearances. He's top 30% of, top 13% for interceptions. Pass completion rate at 86%, very, very strong. His stats are compared to the likes of Tchouaméni. So you're talking about a top player here. The only other player I think could really fit that number 6 role, maybe not as well, but could still fit the role very, very well, is Ederson from Atalanta. Now, either of these players right now are going to be around the 50 million, maybe 50 to 55 million pound region is where you're probably looking at for either of these players. Ederson, for me, is a top player. His defensive stats are maybe a little bit better, but he does play in a very, very attacking team where at times Real Sociedad can be a bit of a pragmatic approach, defensive style of play. Now, when I look at Arsenal right now, the two positions they obviously want to strengthen ASAP is the striker role and the number 6 role. And as it stands right now, I do believe they will get both of those positions sorted ASAP. Now, the Euros is coming up. Of course, Zubimendi's been picked for Spain. And of course, Ederson's been picked for Brazil for the Copa America. So that's 2 competitions to keep an eye out on these roles right now, on this defensive role. I do think the number 6 role for Arsenal alongside the striker role, if they get both of these on point, then Arsenal are going to be very, very, very strong next season. Very strong indeed. I'm going to just be completely honest with you right now. I do genuinely think if they get both of those roles, if they bring in a player of Zubimendi or Edison's caliber, and then a striker, of an Alexander Isak, for instance, I think Arsenal win the league. I'll be completely honest right now. They are a top team who just need one or two areas on that. I guess you could say one or two areas on that current system, and they are practically ready to go. I don't know what you guys your guys' thoughts are. Let me know down below. Would you rather Zubimendi or Edison if you're an Arsenal fan? And if you're a rival fan, let me know who you think would be better suited. Now, City are interested in Wharton. Now, this guy just got a call up for the England squad. Crystal Palace, by the way, I've got four. I think they've got, is it 3 or 4 players in the England squad? Genuinely, right now, they are turning out top talent. And Adam Wharton is another one, 20 years of age. According to Transfer Market, valued at 30 million euros. I think Crystal Palace right now could quite easily command a 50 million pound fee for this guy. Can play central midfield, can play attacking midfield, can play defensive midfield. He's pinned down to a massive contract, which expires June 30th, 2029. So he's got 5 years left on his current deal. I do think he's going to be the next England superstar. Manchester City are being linked. Could he be essentially what City fans thought they were getting with the likes of Calvin Phillips? Who knows? But as it stands right now, it's going to take a monster bid to get him out of that Crystal Palace team. I think maybe even more than 60 million. Maybe a are we looking at close to 65 million for Wharton? Homegrown, English tax, 5 years left on his current deal. I think in that Guardiola system, he would be brilliant. Learning off the likes of Rodri, learning off the likes of Bernardo Silva. His out-and-out position is obviously a central midfield role. In the Championship, he played 26 games last season. He played 16 games in the Premier League. He played 1 game in the FA Cup and played 2 games in the League Cup. So he played well over 40 games. Joined, I believe, was it from Blackburn on deadline day to Crystal Palace for a 5-year deal where, let's be honest, he played practically every minute he could for Crystal Palace since that signing, and he's been instrumental to Crystal Palace's side. Oliver Glasner now has got some absolute gems, the likes of Mitchell, the likes of Guehi, Olise, Eze, even Jean-Philippe Mateta's now banging in the goals, and Wharton. So I do think as it stands right now, they are performing very well right now. I'm not going to lie. I do think they're going to be a top side, Crystal Palace, if they can hold on and keep these players. As it stands right now, another player from Crystal Palace whose future is a little bit all over the place, and that is Michael Olise. I thought by now we probably would have seen more of an advanced approach from the likes of Chelsea, from the likes of Manchester United. I do think he's probably going to be suited better to the likes of Manchester United. The way they play, the likes of, Anthony on that right-hand side is probably going to be leaving. They're scheduled for a big shake-up with Erik ten Hag going. The new manager coming in, I don't think he'll probably will be a Man United player if he's going to be until the new manager does come in. But Crystal Palace have got massive players now on the transfer market. Guehi's another one to look out for. Only 2 years left on his current deal. He's been linked to move away to Tottenham and Chelsea as well as Newcastle. Newcastle are a bit disappointed they missed out on Tosin Adarabioyo, who has just been announced as a Chelsea player today. So there's lots going around Crystal Palace right now. Olise, I do believe he will join Manchester United out of the teams as it stands that are being linked. Let me know your thoughts down below if you haven't already. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. We are steamrolling our way towards 8,000 subscribers. So big up everyone who is showing some support on the channel. It is greatly appreciated. It really is. We're less than, as it stands right now, we're less than, 400 subscribers away from 8K. Let me know your thoughts on Olise to Manchester United, Zubimendi to Arsenal, and how much do you think Wharton would be if he was to leave the likes leave the Crystal Palace to join Manchester City. I think you're looking at 50, 60 million in this current market. I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. I am